Hey everyone, welcome back to the third episode of the KEF FC Podcast. I'm your host once again, Sam Kalomiris. Today, I'm joined by James Johnstone, my co-host. How are you, James?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. And George Zagoudis is back for another episode. Georgie, welcome back to the podcast.
Zagoudis!
I am so glad to be back.
Bit of enthusiasm,
That's
George.
great, man.
I'm so glad to be back.
I'm happy you're here, man.
I'm so glad. I've got lots of things to say, so I'm gonna wait until I get
that's-
my shot.
George has an agenda
Don't
today.
take George's enthusiasm to... I'm so glad to be back.
That's it. Well, we're happy to have you back, George. George loves the podcast, so we'll get to what George has a lot to say, so we'll find out what that is in just a moment. We're going to start with the big controversy from last week. James, you were here watching that unfold. George, I know you watched it back with the Matthew Zagoudis contract saga. The official word right now we've got from our head CEO, Chris Panutzos, is Matthew Zagoudis has currently not re-signed his contract for KEF. The word is that there was a lot of drama around the agent of Saggy. He was said to have agreed, but as we saw last week, a lot went down. That was
Chaos.
chaos.
I reckon that's the only word you can use for that.
a bit of chaos. So the official word is Saggy is not a KEF player for 2025
At this moment.
at this moment. Well,
Because you never know what's going to happen. Like, knowing in traditional Saggy style, he might sign the day before our first game or, something crazy like that. So
have you had a
never-
conversation with him this week?
Yes, but not about football. So I can't disclose that conversation. But yeah, we've had a conversation.
All right. Hopefully those bonuses.
Yeah, he's cut the bonuses.
The bonuses, nice. George, what are your thoughts on the Saggy situation? I know you saw what happened last week. Just give us your thoughts on that.
It's kind of a bit shocking, obviously, hearing the news that obviously, firstly, he hasn't obviously hasn't signed for KEF for next season. So obviously, last time I saw Saggy was 2 podcasts ago, and I was a bit shocked. Obviously, hearing the news that he hasn't signed the contract, but now obviously this agenda that has come up now that the agent's trying to push him to sign for KEF. But so there's not much for me to say, and hopefully in the next few weeks, hopefully there's a resolution.
That's it. Just a wait and see for that ongoing saga, I guess we can call it at this point. So that's the latest update on the Saggy issues. Big weekend for us overall. We had
For you two.
for us too.
Yeah.
We were up and down the country. I was at least 3 cities in one day. There you go. Why did I do that? Anyway, Adelaide,
Cut the
Sydney,
travelling, man.
yeah, there you go. We'll get back to Saturday in just a moment. We'll just start with Sunday, which was the charity match up in Sydney, where our vice captain Liam Hydaris did feature and did play quite well. Unfortunately, his team did get battered, but his personal performance I thought was good, especially the first half. Second half, they just didn't get anywhere near it. But Liam did play well. He played alongside the likes of Anthony Lucasio, Joe Kay, Timomatic. That's right. Shout out to Anthony and Joe. We have a video coming up with those boys in the coming days as well. It's great to meet them, talk to them. They were loving what the KEF boys were doing as well, so it was good to see.
I heard Liam was saying that Timomatic is a massive KEF fan.
That's what I heard as well. And we had a bit of a discussion at the ground as well. He was loving the kits and all that. He was looking, I think he was like G'ing it up and stuff.
Maybe we can have him, do an opening performance or something.
Oh, yeah, they can-
for like a big KEF game. We can have like a charity match and he can be like, he can sing the national anthem or
I
something.
don't know about the national anthem, but
He can try the Greek national anthem if he really wants to.
It was good to see though. Those boys G'ing up KEF. And as I said before, we'll have a video coming up with Joey Kay and Anthony Lucasio in the coming days. So it was good to film with those boys. And
Timotheo was playing as well.
Timotheo, he played. He got injured in the first half at one point.
Cut the fucking.
I don't know what-
online techers again.
No, it wasn't that bad. He apparently made a twinge something or something. That's what Liam was saying because he didn't come out in the second half because he was on his team. But not exactly sure what happened. Yeah, so Saturday was a Adelaide away. Me and George were there. A bunch of other boys. right there. George, Adelaide away. Was it a successful trip?
Oh, let me sit down, buckle up. Yes and no. Off the pitch, good. On the pitch, fucking shit.
Why was it so fucking shit?
I'll get to that. Let's just start, Firstly, I drove to Adelaide. Drove 8 hours. Through the freeway. Got my coffee in the morning.
What time did you leave Melbourne?
Look, originally it was supposed to leave at 3:30 in the morning. Put my alarm on for 3:30. But we thought, you know what? I'll have dinner and just, go straight to Adelaide, make the most of it. Start drinking early instead of, getting to Adelaide at 2 o'clock and just wasting the day. Okay, so I drove to Adelaide, got to Adelaide about 8:30 in the morning. Went to one of the cafes in Hindley Street. It was dead like piss. Rundle Mall. It was pretty dead, not gonna lie.
Wait. So you drove there at night?
Yeah, I drove there.
I called him.
That's crazy.
I called him.
I can't even get over that.
Listen, I called him. I got to Adelaide probably like 8 a.m. I flew like a normal person.
No, even when we drive at like maybe 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Exactly. We have some sort of sleep. You did a fucking
just wait. We'll get to the effects of that later on in the episode. But anyway, I flew in at about 8, and I called George. I'm expecting him. I'm like, George, I just got here in Adelaide. What time are you gonna get in? I'm expecting like midday, 1 o'clock. All right, I'll see you then. Anyway, George calls me. I'm like 20 minutes away. I'm 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I arrived about 8:30 in the morning. I called Sam. We're gonna get breakfast. I'm like, Sam, we're 20 minutes away. Sam, I thought it wasn't. I was a bit shocked
20 minutes away
because he thought I was supposed to arrive at midday and etc. like that. But you know what? Might just make the most of it. So I got to Adelaide, had my coffees and stuff. So walking down, we went to some Greek place. Let's talk about that.
Mate, that was for lunch, not for breakfast.
Oh, I'm talking about after breakfast. After breakfast, we went to some Greek place. Apparently, Sam said, look, it's one of the best Greek places in Australia.
Well, that's what they told me. That's what everyone was saying.
We obviously meat platter for 2. The place was disgusting, hot inside. Could not breathe.
Well, yeah, wasn't it like 40
that's
degrees?
fine, man. That's what you expect. That
charcoal
that's good.
Yeah, I know, but the
Wasn't
it was
hot
just...
as well?
It was hot. It was like 35 around that.
So we got a meat platter for 2. It was nice. But I wouldn't say it's not the best Greek place in Australia. It was okay.
No, you know what? You drank it down a bit too much. It was very nice.
Look, I didn't say it was shit. It was nice. It was
good. Where does it rank in like Oakley?
Probably like...
next to you or like...
Give us like an shop in Oakley that it compares to the...
Probably Gatiallo if it was open.
Gatiallo? No chance.
Overall, I'd rate it 7 out of 10.
Well, that's good.
7 out of 10. It was good. It's a nice, lucky place in the middle of Adelaide.
So it's like Meet Me.
No, Meet Me was a bit more. Meet Me,
it's better than
yeah. So it was good. So it was nice.
Charcoal.
Yeah.
That's the gas, no?
I'm thinking like 7.
So
I reckon it was a bit better than that.
So we had that. So we had obviously the souvlaki, so it was good. Walked down obviously to Blackpool, met up with all the other VUC fans that were there. Surprised there was a bar tab. I think it was 2 to 3 grand. I don't know what.
Well, it started with 1. It was like 12:30, $1,000 bar tab. And then one of the boys there set it up.
Of course, it's the away day. I'm not there. Fucking bar tab on.
So they go $1,000 bar tab, 12:30 get there. So we get there probably just a bit before, because we're like, anyway, we had lunch and we got there, like, it was like good timing for us, because, what are we going to do? Like, we had lunch about like 11:45, because I didn't eat much during the day, that's late. Anyway, we'll get there 12, just before 12:30, which is good timing.
Yeah.
$1,000 bar tab, it was going in about 10 minutes, I heard.
Yeah, I heard that too. Everyone was going to the bar. Crazy. It's like sardines. Everyone's just
What did you get, George?
You know what? I got 2 jugs of hard solo. 2 jugs of hard solo. And you know what I was doing to it?
What were you doing to it?
So there's a water bottle. Like, when you're dehydrated, right? And you drink water. That's what I was doing. I was sinking fucking hard solos. I was sinking hard solos. like that. You know, like sucking water when you're like on a very hot day. So I was sinking them, goggle, goggle, goggle. So glog, glog. How do they say glog, glog, glog?
Drinking it, glug, glug, glug. All right.
So I did that. So I had a few of that. Got a bit of cocktail. I don't know what cocktail I had.
I didn't even know what that was. It was just colours, in a jug. It was like blue, orange, green.
No, it was.
What was that?
No, I have no idea. I just
a cordial cocktail.
I don't know what it was.
don't know what it was. I just started drinking it. So the hours went past. Met up with the other boys. Obviously, got myself a little bit tipsy a little bit.
We were at Blackpool for about 4 hours.
4 hours, maybe.
We were like 4 hours.
But
I reckon I paid for one drink.
So, did you eat it at Blackpool?
No.
I would have got a steak.
Yeah,
I
fair
would've got
enough.
another steak. That steak was.
Well, we had lunch, we said, already.
Yeah.
At that Greek place.
I could have had it.
No, by the time I was hungry again, I went next door to Macca's and got a double Big Mac.
Didn't even know they existed till before.
Well, I saw it on the thing. I'm like, oh, because I was saying to George like before the thing, man, I want a Big Mac.
You were like, what? Yeah. You're like, oh.
So anyways, that was that. Obviously the hours went past. We're gonna go to the other pub, the Gov, which is an ordinary pub that they don't like us anymore. Traditional Victory pub. Every Vuck fan that are watching this is the main pub for Victory fans that go to Adelaide.
I don't think you can call it the main pub anymore.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's the main pub. It used to be the main pub.
No, Woolshed's not the main.
No, it used to be the main. It used to be the main pub.
Blackpool.
Everyone was like, that's where everyone's.
Used to be the main pub. So, with the Gov, went with the Gov on the tram. Had one of my mates that was watching the fairies. Staring at Mars. He was a bit drunk.
I was sitting like across, like the 4 seats. It was like there. I was like in like diagonal, and George was here next to me, and I kept tapping and looking. He's like fucking.
He was like this. He was like this.
Yeah, literally
Like that. And I'm like, don't wake up there, wake up, man. We're nearly here. He's just like, it's like what you'd like. He's watching the fairies, or who knows. Anyways, yeah. So we got to the Gov. I don't know what time it was. About 5 o'clock. Obviously we stayed there for about half an hour, 40 minutes. Walked into the ground. Me and Sam obviously went to go get seats. Finally we got decent seats at Cooper's. Cooper's actually
We got a good area.
good area. Obviously behind the
Because
goals.
the match was like, there was so many people.
In the middle, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, relative.
Yeah.
Like,
Because I
there's
saw you on TV, so like you got a good spot in the
yeah,
middle or something.
their match was like, I reckon 1,000 people.
And I didn't think it would fit like the picture. I was like, there's no way this is fitting. So how many times have you done that? Like, I kind of don't get up as much anymore, to be honest. Anyway, we just walked like ahead of him. We got in like earlier.
Yeah. I think because like the novelty's worn off with the marches, because nothing beats the marches from Cricketers' Arms. Anyway.
I got really bored of those as well.
Yeah, but nothing beats that anymore. Because like even if you do the away ones, it's like half the people to maybe even a quarter of the people. Did they have flares?
Oh, after the game, but that wasn't like a march. That was kind of just like people just ripping them.
Because like, well, why not use them? Yeah.
Yeah, so
There was one during the game after we scored the first goal.
Yeah.
That was like in my
white
face,
one or
man.
something.
No, it was a proper one. You probably saw smoke at that point, but it was in my face, man. Like someone said it, and it was like right in front of me. Do you remember when the blue one got let off?
And it fucking destroyed everything.
Yeah, it was pretty much that close to us.
Oh.
It was it didn't get hit or anything, but
I remember that blue one fucking destroyed everything. It destroyed my white Melbourne Victory shirt that I had. It destroyed my white socks, white shoes, destroyed everything. I made a
I
big
still got blue
mistake.
stains on like a pair of shoes.
Yeah, I can't get them out. I don't wear the shoes anymore.
Yeah.
So anyways, obviously walked into the ground, got to our seats, saw the lineup, and I was like, okay, same lineup like last week. You know what? Everyone saw the game. We scored first. Great goal. Terrific player. Tiggy. Then they scored because of our defensive Greas 2 defenders. Conceding stupid goals every week. They scored again because of another Greas that scored an own goal. Ended up being 2-2. Scored a great header. Santos. So then Greas defenders again conceded.
That second goal limbs was good.
Look, the limbs were mad, like the amazing limbs, and you got obviously, the Adelaide fans right next to us giving us shit, but Anyways, the game ended 3-2. As many of you as you know, like whoever didn't watch the game, then Adelaide won 3-2. Disappointing. Thought, get a point or at least 3 points out of it, but the original victory could our defenders obviously let us down. So yeah, that's the game. Obviously after the game, walk into the ground, it's a bit stupid. Like, look, obviously when you go outside Cooper Stadium to go get a drink or something like that, they usually have a barricade between both set of fans. Usually during the game, and I think it was half time, like there was 2 Adelaide fans that came into the away bay. You know what, as usual as they do, try to cause shit. Now us fans try to do what we got to do to get them out. So that's that. Yes, the game finished. Walking outside the ground. There was a couple of flares, firecrackers let out. Try to hop on the tram. I think we broke the tram again. Sorry to Adelaide Metro.
You didn't get attacked.
No, the train didn't.
Well, I don't know. Everyone was jumping from up with victory. Ole. But yeah, no, the game overall, pre-game great. Overall atmosphere great. Took about, I think it was about 1,000 of us, but that was good.
Yeah.
Game obviously wasn't the best, but we move on. I guess it's tough work for victory now. Need a big structure, big changes. Hopefully, obviously, in the next upcoming game, we can get rid of the Krauses.
Yeah, Zani's gone now.
Yeah, I heard Zani's gone overseas. Good, because he takes too many touches. And you got that Miranda guy and Hamill guy who, who knows. But yeah, that was good. And Masha,
Yeah.
it was good. No.
There's George's.
Victory Adelaide analysis.
Yeah, it was my analysis.
We want to know about what happened after.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
George. You want to know what happened after? Like, we all saw the game. We don't need to hear. We need to
Alright,
reminisce
so that's-
about it again. We
alright,
all saw
well,
it. What happened after the game?
The game was done. The game was done.
Now we want to know what. This is not what we were here for.
Alright, the game was done. We were thinking, what are we going to do after in Adelaide? It was 9:30, 10 o'clock. There was a few Premier League games on. Later on in the evening, not in the evening, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Obviously the Reds were playing and stuff like that, and we're like, me and Sam were like, what are we going to do? We've got to fly the next morning. What are we going to do in Adelaide? Me, running off 1 hour's sleep, I was fucking wrecked.
Just because you left at 11 p.m.
I left at 11 p.m. I made the stupidest decision. I regret doing that. Next time, I'm not going to do that. Next time, I'm just going to fly. Anyways. Yeah, I was so tired. It just feels like I was on drugs. Syphilis in my eyes, one eye open, trying to manage where, like I'm a zombie. So, yeah, we're walking.
What drug makes you do that, man?
I'm not saying, no, I'm just saying the way I was and acted. It was like zombie.
Zombified.
So anyways, back to the story. We took the tram back to Hindley Street. So pretty much, I wouldn't say it's like a replica Chapel Street in Melbourne.
Hardly.
Yeah, so obviously, wanted to take my bag back to the hotel. Although we went to the hotel I was staying at. Pretty much like the backpackers, but it was pretty cheap, so it was average. So yeah, go back to the hotel. Pretty ornery stuff. One of my mates didn't make it. Passed out.
What didn't he make?
Didn't make the game. He literally passed out. We went obviously in the room. He was passed out, and so
I heard he didn't make it to the toilet.
yeah, no, he didn't make it.
What happened?
Elaborate on the story, because I've only heard little bits of the story, so I need to know
What happened in that hotel room, George?
what happened in the hotel room. We didn't know about the hotel room.
It's a lot. I'm sorry if you're watching this, man, but
It's a story that needs to be told.
This is
This is a class story.
This is an away day.
This is a proper away day story.
bro, I've not experienced this in my life with what I just saw.
What did you say, George?
Mate, is this podcast a PG even?
Well, obviously not.
I think I'll
Mate, when you like eat breakfast, eat like bacon, eggs, and you want to do a kissing. Right, you want to do. You're trying to rush to the toilet. It's like, I need to do a corpse. I need to do a corpse.
Normally bacon and eggs aren't the ones that...
Oh, I wouldn't say bacon, like, if you, no, I wouldn't say that, but...
Get to the point, Zagoudis.
Beans.
Alright, okay, so he took a corpse on the carpet. He took a corpse on the carpet.
Yeah, it was a proper...
It was a proper corpse on the fucking carpet, man. Like...
No, it wasn't just a corpse, it was like garuva.
It was like, God, it's like... Fresh. It was fresh on the carpet, and me and Sam's bag were like 3 meters away.
The thing was with that though, you see, like you walked into the room, and it was like, you had to double take. Like, what? Hang on, am I seeing what I've actually just seen?
What was more like, what was more shocking to see, the shit on the carpet or his asshole out?
Which first thing I saw, again, he's like on his knees, like leaning on the bed, and he's not wearing pants. I'm like, what the fuck? I had to like rub my eyes, I'm like, what? Hang on. And then you look around the corner, and you just see a whole, like, it wasn't like broken or anything. It was just a whole piece. Just
broken?
No, it wasn't. It was just like a whole proper like a piece just sitting there on the carpet, minding its own business.
And there was piss all over it, and my bag was right 2 meters, 3 meters away. And funny enough, he was wearing my KEF kit. I'm like, mate,
It is a new one.
the new KEF, just wear it. I can go buy a new one. Anyways, I got my bag and it was wet. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Went to the bathroom, and here's what, funny story. Need to go for a piss, went to the bathroom, and it was a curada sticking out, not even in the toilet, but it's sticking out. Like, you got a toilet and it's got water in the toilet, but the curada's sticking out. How do I flush that? I flush it and it's taking a while to flush. Got that toilet paper.
Oh no.
That was, I'm just like, can this not get any worse? So I flush it. I had to get disinfected, I don't know, wipes to wipe my bag because it was full of piss, man. Like, can this not get any fucking worse?
Well,
like,
it got much better.
Anyways.
What? Nunes at 96 and
Oh yeah, that's for me. Yeah, for me. It got better.
Anyways, we do that, done. Me and Sam were like, let's just go out, leave the boys. I think drove the next morning. So we went out, we caught a few friends, see where they were. We wanted to go to the Woolshed. So I went to the Woolshed, obviously met my cousin, a few friends there. Me at the Woolshed, beaming lights, half asleep me was just like...
I was feeding Zagoudis vodka.
Sam was just feeding me.
Like,
I was so...
So what we learned is James and I do that basically every away day. We just stay out all night. And what we learned is George cannot. He has to acclimatise a bit more to that sort of lifestyle.
The worst one we had, for me at least, Sydney, when we were sitting in the benches.
No, you know why? Because Sydney is not nightlife.
Yeah, it was just terrible.
It was a 2-0 last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was the one where you were there with James.
Yeah.
And you had that weird cubicle Japanese thing.
Yeah, you got kicked out of that, no?
I got kicked out of that.
Yeah.
Space Cafe.
You know when we were just sitting there for like
because
2
there's
3
nothing
hours
to do there. Like, I don't get it.
before we went to
I'll
things.
tell you what, man. Hindley Street on Saturday night, maybe because it's Victory fans there, maybe because it was hot.
amazing.
Because it was
I
hot
like
night. I had a lot of fun. Like, I don't know. It was like lively.
We've made a lot of memories on Hindley.
We have. But it was like, when we went to the Woolshed, I was having a lot of fun, like, you know. You walked around every corner, like Victory people there. So I think that made it a bit better because you knew so many people there.
Yeah.
But I was having a great night, like with like your cousin and those boys as well. I mean, you know, on the.
I managed myself, but I was.
No, you did it, George. You were gone, man.
Oh, bro.
We can pull up the videos, man. That's you know what? If you can crop a video into this, please do.
That video of George at the Woolshed, he's like trying to G up, but he's just gone.
Anyways,
I was only on 2 hours sleep as well, and had how much alcohol did we drink that day because of the free tab? 11 liters. You know what? As well, I was completely fine. Like, you know, because it's either my timing between drinks is just immaculately perfect these days,
Yeah, but you're also heavyweight.
That's nothing.
So no matter if you have, like, you overlap on maybe one or two, it's not really going to affect you as much as it will a normal person.
Well, yeah. Well, litres we were having. Like, we're drinking the Woolshed. And I'm thinking about Adelaide as well, compared to here, is obviously we had the free drinks at Blackpool. We didn't pay a cent there, basically.
Yeah.
And, like, drinks at Woolshed were cheap, relatively cheap. Compared to here, it was, like, way cheaper. Like, shots were, like, $6. I had shots with your cousin and you know.
Wait, shots of what?
I don't know. So that they were
Sweet.
So your cousin, Yeah, it was sweet. It was like this green thing. It was green.
Sour monkey.
Was it?
Was it green apple flavour? Sour?
Maybe. I don't know. It was sweet. It wasn't sour. It was some green thing. Like we randomly had.
I fucking love sour monkey.
And it was just like, all right, we'll have this. And then James, he fucking got us these shots. And I'm like, what is this? He goes, I have no idea, but it tastes nice. And I go, all right, let's have it. And we had it.
Fair enough.
Anyways, back to me.
Back to George. What are we doing,
Anyways.
mate? They're taking away from George, man.
Yeah, stayed at the Woolshed until what time did we stay? Like 1:32.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, went back to the apartment. One of my cousins, they obviously booked an apartment around the corner from Highland Street.
Wait, back to the point. You know how perfect this place was as well? It was like literally where Woolshed is. You go down the street, turn left, it's there.
What,
It was-
Blackpool?
no,
What?
the apartment that
there.
like Dean was staying there too, and his cousin.
We might as well get that next time.
No, but
Because Adelaide...
no, we don't book accommodation on away days, mate.
Adelaide's the only one that I actually would want to stay at.
No,
Sydney,
no, James, listen.
Bridge,
No, listen.
Opera House, whatever, same. Adelaide's got good beaches and stuff. We can actually spend like a weekend and stuff.
You could do that, but like it's an away day. You don't do that.
Yeah, like most of our away days we can do a normal routine. But Adelaide and Perth maybe are like the two.
Perth 100% you stay. I was having a laugh.
Because you're not going to go fucking, 6-hour flight or whatever the fuck it is?
4.
Oh, something. But you're not going to go that fucking far and not stay or like...
So I was saying, just because, you know, like our away days would go like 2 seconds. I was having a discussion, like, you know, what would be funny if I do one time? Like a FIFA to like Auckland.
Oh, fuck. It'll be awake for 40 hours.
That would be funny, but like, you know how funny that story would be?
I feel like that would fucking kill you more than anything.
Yeah,
like,
probably would.
It would just...
But man, I don't know. Because at this point, it would probably like, because international flight, but you can sleep. I'm getting really good at sleeping on flights like that. Because on the 3 flights I took this weekend, I probably slept through, I reckon I was awake in the air for about 10 minutes total.
Can I be honest? When we were flying back from Sydney, and I was still really drunk, like when we got on the flight.
Yeah.
I remember passing out the second I buckled my belt.
Yeah, me too.
And then I woke up when we fucking landed.
That's what I've been telling people. Like, I don't remember that flight.
We passed out at the perfect time, and we woke up at the perfect
Mate,
time.
because you know what? Like, we timed it well. That's why we did. We timed it well.
I fucking shat myself when we landed because I thought we were taking off, and it was like, whoa bang, and I thought we were crashing. And I was like, oh.
It's always when you land and you're sleeping.
Every single time. And I literally, like, because I was one in the middle, you had the window seat. The guy next to me was like, gave me the dirtiest look because he probably had to put up with my snoring and fucking.
I did because I was asleep.
And he really had to put up with all my fucking bullshit during the flight. And then at the very last minute of the flight, it's and just fucking just pure panic.
It's not well like you know when you like hear a noise or something in the middle of the flight. What the hell was that? I did that this time. Like I was sleeping and then I just like there was like a noise. Like I was like looking around like what the hell? Anyway, like 2 seconds
bang.
Yeah, like I don't know what it was. Maybe someone was like getting up or like hit something, and then like 30 seconds later I was back to sleep. But like
Yeah.
Anyways,
I love how we just deviate from what he's saying.
anyways, what else?
It's
Okay.
just like a roller coaster. It's like George will take us up, and then we just de-escalate it, and then he brings us back up again.
Back to my.
In George's story, we're going to the hotel.
So we're going back to the apartment. Thanks, Sam, for obviously what you said before. Anyways, going back to the apartment. It's like 2:00, 2:30. I think Liverpool was playing, and I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go on the couch and do a big nap, like a big nap before I wake up and go get my bags and go to the airport. So I went on the couch, I'm like, you know what, boys? I'm just gonna have a nap for an hour and a half. I'm sleeping, and I can hear his sound going, yeah, Nunes, yeah. And I got fucking, what the hell's going on? Dan and Sam were jumping, yeah, go Nunes. And then I saw a photo, and there was a cigarro in my mouth. I don't know who put it there, but
You put it there. What are you talking about? You having a cigarro, man, and then you passed out with the cigarro in your mouth.
I don't remember.
That was you.
I don't remember anything, but
yeah, I woke up with Sam and Dean jumping like Liverpool's won the league already. I woke up and like...
I mean, they're 9 points ahead, so like, they're 9 points ahead.
Anyways,
Arsenal.
4 a.m, got up, obviously, you know, go get my bag, go to the airport. Go to the airport, it was like 4:35, you know, checking my bags. You know, I was a bit hungry, got my panini, gotta say, the best panini I've ever had at Adelaide Airport.
He was proper hungover, no?
so hungry. Right, so hungry.
Got my, I don't know, it was like an iced chocolate or something, I don't remember. And I just like, just get me on the plane. Obviously one of the other Victory fans, you know. Angus, if you're watching this, big shout out to you. Big KEF fan. Give him obviously a follow.
I heard that he's got a reserve spot right next to his Rangers tattoo for a KEF logo.
Rangers tattoo.
Yeah. Oh, not Rangers, he's Celtic. He's Celtic. He's Celtics tattoo. So right next to his Celtics one, he's gonna have the KEF logo.
I told him to come out to the Woolshed. If he decided instead of coming out, he would go to bed.
That's poor by Angus. We have higher standards for him.
Yeah, sleeping on away days is unacceptable.
Anyways,
It's not about George.
you know what? I've got so much to say. I just want to finish what I'm going to say.
Alright, George, we're at the airport now. What happened at the airport?
So at the airport, Sam obviously.
This might be a part I don't know about because I left them at this point. Because I went to Sydney instead of home. What am I doing?
Right. Sam went to Sydney for the charity match, and I went back home. Waiting obviously at the board, got on the plane, and I got the exit row. I'm like, thank God. I was like, thank God, I need to put my legs up and stretch.
Stretch.
I got into the seat, right, and there was this big rondos.
Well.
He's like, where are you sitting? I'm like, oh, my seat's here, mate. I'm like, oh, can I see your ticket? So I show him my ticket. And this guy...
Quick question. Sorry to interrupt.
That's fucked.
Does he work for the fucking airline?
No,
So why the fuck did you show him your ticket? You can tell that fat cunt to go show me your ticket up his fucking ass.
it's like...
I hate when people feel entitled on flights to be like, can I see your ticket?
and he's like,
That's what
I
happened
hate
with me. Like on the way back home from Sydney, someone was like, you know, you can't like just pick a seat on the airplanes. Someone was like sitting where my seat was. I just said like, look, like I just like it was like so like not like a big deal. I go like she was like some girl. She goes, oh, I think like I was like you're in my seat. She goes, oh, this is 29, and I go, nah, it's 30. She goes, oh, sorry. Like I don't know why people have to make a massive deal about it.
Yeah.
I know it's like.
can I see your ticket?
Yeah.
He's like, can I see your ticket? I'm like, mate, alright. So the guy ended up, obviously, he was on the other, obviously there was 3 seats.
Obviously.
At the end. He was at the end. And I was like, right at the front. So I can get out easy when I'm
Let's
late.
be real, he bought all 3 seats.
Probably to put his... So, buckled up. And like, you know, I'm just going to put my headphones and just sleep. So I slept. I woke up and it was like, obviously they were on the plane, they're like, oh, put your seatbelts on, ready to land. I'm like, okay. You know, I've slept about an hour and a half. It's a quick flight.
It's not that long, mate.
Yeah, so got home, finally, out of the shithole.
I actually enjoyed my time in Adelaide.
Look, it was good. No, it was good. But I was glad to be home. So I obviously got an Uber, went home.
Did you take an Uber home?
Yeah, I took an Uber home.
How much was that Uber from the airport?
Like $90.
Just take Skybus.
So I was like, what, $15, $20?
No, it's like 20 something. It's actually you can go to straight to Oakley Station, and that's like 2 minutes from your house.
Yeah. Decisions.
Yeah, he wasn't thinking.
I wasn't thinking. I was just like,
George hasn't done the away days like us, James. He has his beauty sleep.
I've done.
Not like this.
not like this, but I've done my away trips. But look, anyways, got home at 8:30, slept until I woke up like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Needed that sleep, got my Maccas, done. I was like, Sam, you know what? Next time I'm just gonna fly. You know, but overall, Adelaide away trip was great, amazing, met new friends there. Obviously the result wasn't the best, but it was good.
You know what? Out of any loss we've had at away games, this was easily the best one. Like the best, including like, you know what? Some draws as well. This was better than some draws, and maybe better than some wins.
I still think Adelaide last time when I got fucking
It was a 3-0.
yeah,
Was better.
it was just more
No, that was chaos, but
memorable.
well, you weren't here, so how would you know?
Yeah,
It was memorable
but
as well.
for me that's the
Oh yeah, obviously.
because like
How can you forget that?
I mean yeah, fair enough. I got pepper sprayed and fucking trampled on it, and we got bottles thrown at us. We got bottles, we got bottles thrown at us from the dirty Adelaide fans in the corner. What else happened? The police. They locked out the kid. And when we were leaving the stadium, when we walked out, they had like the fence to barricade us from the Adelaide fans, which didn't do fucking anything. But they had like a kid on one side. I don't know how the kid ended up there, but it was a kid, and it was a Melbourne family.
Yeah. It was the guy. And the dad was like in front of us. No.
Yeah, the dad was fucking losing his shit, and he was like, "Oh, rip this fence down, blah blah." And the cops were like, "You touch that fence, you'll be arrested." And I remember standing there being like, "It's literally a kid. Just open the fucking fence and reunite a family. Like just
They just hate us there.
Adelaide police are just stupid." I remember
they'll hate us.
the South Australia police, they got absolutely berated, I think, when that happened last year.
Well, it didn't help them until this time. At half time, it was just like a couple of scraps in like the concourse where the bar was. Like it's just like it's ridiculous. Like it's just so easy to separate because they separate you in the ground.
Locked the memory.
Go on.
One of the Adelaide aways, I can't remember which one, if it was that one or if it was another one. Phoenix came with us.
That was that one. Yeah.
That was that one?
Yeah.
We went out at half time to like that kids area where they play all the soccer. Phoenix came with me and I was trying to get like a drink and I was going to come back. He convinced me to go over and kick the ball with all these fucking like 100 kids in the goal. He kicks a fucking ball and it hits a little kid square in the side of the head. And we look at each other and we go, fucking run. Because the kid was crying and like, it was a fucking little Kinesi kid. And it was just, like the family came swarming in, all these other kids came swarming in. So me, like being the only two Victory fans out of a sea of like red family, we just looked at each other and we're like, we're gonna get a donut. I was like, let's just go get some donuts or something and get back to our seats. Like, let's get away from this fucking kid crying. Like, it wasn't our fault. And I remember, I was like, that was a good memory. I just remember that.
Yeah, I always bring up memories of Adelaide always. There's always something chaotic. Yeah. Always something.
Sydney's always boring.
Now Sydney even has some bad ones. Like the cops at.
You're my turn.
Yeah. Was it the? Which one was it?
You'll get your turn to speak again.
Was it the?
I've said one.
The 2-0. Was it 2-0? Last year there. Was that
What,
one?
the one where they walked us through the rain
yeah.
and through the mud?
It was 2-0 round one.
Yeah, it was that one.
Was that 2-0?
Yeah, it was.
It was when it was 2-0. Mashash and
Bruno.
Oh, okay. I remember winning. I thought it was 2-1, not 2-0.
You haven't done it too.
We can go on the notes app.
Yeah, we can.
We've got our logged notes app with our away days.
Smart actually.
The last 3 I've been to, we've lost. That's probably the same. Yeah, same for me. No, you haven't been to 2 of them. You didn't go this time, and you didn't go to the grand final.
Huh?
You didn't go to this one or the grand final.
Yeah, true.
No, the last 3. And then Sydney last time.
That'd be fun where we had at
Wellington.
Jono's. During the final.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't come to that. Still.
Kind of happy I didn't.
Because it's in final, you can't miss that.
I I would have been pissed off. It would have ruined my mind. It would have ruined. I would have been like George. I would have cried. I would have been pissed off.
Oh, we were pissed off. It was a somber train ride home, that's for sure.
I wouldn't have enjoyed my time at all then.
Well, it was the final though. Like, you didn't know that going into it.
No. I had major FOMO sitting there with Dylan and Joe Vlamas. We were sitting there, and I was like having a bit of FOMO. I was like, oh, I wish I could.
We went up to the
I wish I
90th
could
minute,
go.
so, you know.
Huh?
We went up to the 90th minute.
Oh yeah, to be fair. But
Which doesn't recover.
Yeah, it was a bit of a long night anyway. So, yeah. Fucking gossip away.
So George, I want to ask you, how's things going with Despina?
No, that's old news, man. That's so old.
Or just how is that life?
I cracked it at George, actually.
About
I
what?
fully cracked it at
When?
George.
Oh, that's not.
I fully cracked it at him on
What,
Saturday.
In Adelaide.
Yes. Because
What
he
did
did
you do?
something. I'm not going to say what it was.
Was it a Nick Saxis moment?
No, it wasn't like that. But he
Oh, let me just.
no,
let me-
I'm saying he,
No, I want to say. I want to say it. I want to say it.
Let George. Let George.
All right, I'm
his
not
case
gonna,
and let me-
I'm not
let me
gonna-
the truth.
fully like lost my shit. Like for about 5 minutes, I was like fuming, man.
I'm not
I
gonna
was
name
so
names,
pissed
but-
off, bro.
Yeah.
Did you delete?
a picture.
Like,
Paint a
alright,
picture,
alright.
yeah.
Yeah, tell us what
Paint a
happened.
I need you to paint a picture. So
I didn't tell you this. I actually forgot about it until like right now.
Yeah, look, there's this girl I'm knows, like, I've been talking to, over the past year or so and stuff. The intention, obviously, doesn't want a relationship and stuff like that, and then he's just interrogating and, persuading and trying to see if to lure my way to.
Yeah, it sounds a bit sus.
Anyways, yeah. So as I was saying, obviously been speaking to this, this girl for about a year and a half, trying to,
What's her name?
Don't name.
no, I'm not gonna name anyone's names, but I'm just gonna tell you just a general,
Can you tell me her name off camera?
Yeah, I can tell you off camera, but. Anyways, so let's get to Sam's story because I didn't.
What do you mean my story? It's your story.
Yeah, I know, but I want to get to Sam's point. of
Well,
view.
I fully cracked it because, like, I'm seeing it, like, we're having drinks, having fun. He's messaged her, and I just noticed, like, because you see the next man, I messaged, it's like this massive long thing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it's got his Netflix password on it, and it's like some other password, and he sent it to her. I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you sending her this after all that's happened? And I fully like lost it a little bit.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have a leg to stand on there.
Why? Oh, because you don't know what happened.
No. That too, but at the same time, I've sent my Netflix password to people that I cannot name and shame on the podcast either. But you know them.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, but I like feel like, what are you doing? Because there's shit that's happened previously
yeah.
that fucked him up a bit.
Be strong.
No, literally like fucked him up a bit, and I'm like, why the fuck? I got I'm genuinely upset at him because I we like care about George. We want him to like do well and all that. But I got really annoyed because he just
want you to find love.
No, that's not even about that. He needs to for that time. He needs to have a bit more respect for himself. That's the main thing there. And I was really like annoyed. But I think he understood. I don't know at the time, but maybe now.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, you understand why I got really angry.
Oh yeah, 100%. So yeah, that's pretty much. Regretted that moment.
Did you delete the message like I told you?
Yeah. Which?
Did you delete the message?
The message?
Yeah.
No, I didn't delete the message.
Why?
Well,
He's
already sent it.
But have you talked to her?
I haven't spoken to since the Sunday when I landed to Melbourne.
Swear.
So that's the next day. So you told her the next day.
Swear.
No, that doesn't matter. That was yesterday.
Oh, so you just haven't spoken to her today?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what we're going off at.
Oh, wow, okay. You'll probably text her in the next fucking hour.
Not really.
Uh,
Not really. I mean, what's obviously, Sam's point of view. But,
I was visiting a little bit.
he was visiting, so I got the understanding, and
I hope you did because honestly, man, I don't like what she done to you. That's why I was pissed off Like, if you're like, alright, like, it just didn't work out in the end, that's fine. Like, it just is what it is. That's okay. But she can fucking fuck you around, man. And you're still doing this. Anyway. That's why I got
Anyways, but yeah, that's the rant. But
No, you get what I'm saying, but.
I get what you're saying, but it's
Like, am I out of line?
No.
Okay.
But it's just it's a shit scenario. But that's what Sam did the same thing with me. He reminded me to have some self-worth. So
yeah,
Because sometimes,
he sees it as it is. Sometimes the best thing in a relationship is a third party. Because sometimes
because you're not thinking straight.
Yeah, sometimes you're not thinking
We've all
straight.
been there.
Yeah. So sometimes the third party is actually really good. Like either fucking best friend, therapist, whatever the fuck. Third party is really good for fucking seeing the outside of a relationship.
It's perspective, I guess.
Yeah, different perspective.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Because I know it's hard at the moment, especially like in your position. Like we've all been there at some point. But
All fucking three of us are single now.
yes.
We're all in the same boat.
Are we?
What's that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean?
Nah, it's just questioning. I've questioned. That's why you ask questions.
I don't know we're doing a fucking Q&A today.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what happened. That was the only when I was really annoyed at George. If you look at the DoorDash chat later, there's a point where I'm fully rissing on it because George told me not to send it on the chat, so I sent it on the chat. I didn't say I just said he's done this, and everyone knows what she did. And I think I was fuck, I did. That was a bit yeah.
Look, what stays in the group chat stays in the group chat.
Well, yeah, that's what we do. Because we KEF boys we do things a bit differently. I think we all care about each other, but we're doing it in a really fucked up way.
We all show it different ways.
you know what it is? It's a fucked up way of showing it.
yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean?
That's part of me. I'm done. My story's done. I hope you liked my stories about Adelaide away, and so it was funny. I had to be patient, be very patient today to explain what happened at Adelaide away. So I'm glad you listened to it. I'm glad every viewer that is watching this podcast has listened to my Adelaide away story, and you know what? There'll be more stories to come when I've got an away trip. So
Zagoudis stories are the best.
The best stories, right?
They're so visual.
Oh, how was that?
It's you know what? It's visual.
Okay, I was gonna say that was so sensual, but then you fucking at the end.
So, so
Can we before we finish the podcast? Can we get a how did it to the camera, please? From the heart, from the soul.
Do beer.
no more. There's no more how to do this, mate. Now it's the common word of beer.
What are you gonna do this weekend, George?
Beer.
Because going on to this weekend, James not gonna be there. But the next episode 4 of the KEF podcast will be taking place in Sorrento.
Live for my birthday weekend. Be there.
Yeah, well,
be what?
we're gonna have episode 4 of the KEF podcast next week in Sorrento. Got the chaos of the Zagoudis 25th celebrations.
Let's go!
But for this week, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you,
Thanks
James.
so much.
Thank you, George, for your stories. This has been. I've enjoyed my time here tonight.
It was great. It was absolutely amazing. This podcast, every week it just brings a laugh.
I much enjoyed this one.
The mood of my sense. The mood. When in the morning when I don't want to go to work half the time, and then I'll get to the KEF podcast and my whole mood just changes.
George, have you had any beer tonight?
No beer during the week, but you know what? KEF podcast is the best. So thank you for everyone for joining. It's been a pleasure. Obviously, thanks to the host Sam. James. For obviously watching this podcast. It's been absolutely pleasure to be with these boys again, and I hope you guys like my story, and I hope you guys we'll see me, again in the podcast very shortly.
Sorrento.
Sorrento, there you go. Stay tuned on Saturday.
And wish him a happy birthday.
It's not gonna be live.
Yeah, so
It's not. It's because cut the
Yes.
chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
anyway, that's me. Goodbye.
Thank you guys. We'll catch you next week. Take care.